if you're taking it in the fall, you've got quite a while. You've got over 5 months to study, which is awesome because the best LSAT studying occurs over a period of 5 to 6 months. That's what it really takes in order for you to reach your fullest potential. So if you were taking it only in, let's say, tomorrow, obviously studying in one day wouldn't be enough. And if you were doing it in June, that's a decent amount of time. That's about 2 months. But starting from scratch, it wouldn't really be enough for you to achieve your highest, fullest potential. And since the LSAT score is, of course, the number one factor in law school admissions that matters, I would definitely recommend giving it the time that it deserves. You know, it's funny, you kind of earn your undergraduate degree over the course of 3 to 4 years, but your LSAT score is more important than that, yet it all comes down to that day. And so I want you to think about it, that it is worth investing everything you can in that particular day, but also know, to reduce the anxiety a bit, that it isn't all about that one particular day. Because while the LSAT as a whole is extremely important, no one particular LSAT test date will make or break your score because you can always retake. Law schools do not average multiple LSAT scores. They only take the highest score. And so for that reason, there's never really a downside to retaking. Let's say the LSAT has that margin of error of 3.5 points on either end, meaning that just through luck alone, you could get a 160 one day and a 164 the next day. And the 164 will get you into many more law schools and get you a lot more scholarship money than the 160 would. And so if that's happening through nothing more than staying fresh on the LSAT for another 5-6 weeks to kind of do another handful of exams, that alone, just through luck alone, raises your score, raises your odds of getting in places, gets you more scholarship money. And of course, if your score remains the same or it goes down, no big deal, because law schools only consider your highest LSAT score. That's all that matters. Even though that say they consider multiple, they're lying. I don't know why they say that. All they have the incentive to do is consider the highest because that's what gets factored into the US news rankings, which is kind of what their jobs are all about, is helping their schools stay high in the rankings. And that incentivizes them to give scholarship money when your score is above the median for their school. So definitely consider the retakes as an option. Now that the LSAT is offered 9-10 times a year, there's always another test date just around the corner in another month or two. And so let's say you're thinking of the fall, you have 3 test dates in the fall alone. You have September, October, and November. Then you have January as well. And you could take the LSAT in January and still apply that cycle. So let's say you take the LSAT in January 2020, you could then still start law school in September 2020. That's not too late in the cycle.